Just for the heads up, but for entertainment purposes, I will be making fun of Warner Brothers and its leader, David Zaslav, for the moments of, yeah, I wouldn't say criticism, but also comedic pleasure, because I feel like, yeah, you know what? You do kind of deserve to be made fun of, and foul language might be used in this sense. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Derek, the Overview, back again with another video. So we got our first actual official trailer for Coyote versus Acme, and let me just start by saying that it's kind of great that it's been 2 years now that a Looney Tunes movie's actually been in theaters. Last year we had The Day the Earth Blew Up, which I had a feeling was okay, it's going to be a sleeper hit with people, but hopefully it could be in theaters long enough to actually withstand viewership. And I wouldn't say box office in this case because I feel like, okay, it's in theaters for a week. Hopefully people can actually go watch it and see it when it comes out. I saw it in a near empty theater until week after week public attraction came in and word of mouth where it was like, wait, there's an actual 2D animated Looney Tunes film in theaters? Let's go see it. And not gonna lie, I saw it 3 times. Word really got around and it said, you know what? There's another Looney Tunes film that Warner Brothers tried to shelve, and I wouldn't say delete in the sense of why would you delete a finished film and the fact that you've already done this before? In the sense of, okay, Warner Brothers was in a weird spot back in 2021. I wouldn't say that little period from right there. I'd say around the pandemic era because I feel like in that case there were a lot of projects they had in development that were either finished in the works or some where he said, okay, you know what, it's ready, all the voice work is good to go, delete it. That to me was a shock that they can actually do that in the sense of why would you waste money on good movies? But also the fact that you actually acknowledge that, oh, we have them, we just don't want to show them for tax purposes. That doesn't make any sense to me, but also the fact that some of the movies you did choose to shelve, like Batgirl, I already knew that, oh, it's a finished film, and also a new DC movie in the sense of, okay, after The Flash, it supposedly reset the universe, and this was going to be the first movie in that new universe with Michael Keaton Batman returning, but also it got shelved. Even Scoob Holiday Hunt, where I was like, yeah, Scoob wasn't a big hit with people, and also kind of came out late into the pandemic, where it was like it got released on digital the same day as it was going to be a theater release. But this movie was going to be different from the first because it was a prequel in the sense of, oh, it's the Scooby Gang as kids, a pup named Scooby Doo style, and they were going to solve their first mystery. And not gonna lie, hearing the fact that some of the voice cast was Ming Na Wen, and also the last, I wouldn't say last, but I'm not even sure if I could fact check it, but I think it's the last performance. Yeah, technically not the last performance, but also I'm gonna have to add this later because it's kind of funny just saying it here. But also the last, not second to last performance of Andre Braugher, and just by fact checking, I can just say his last actual performance was in Sausage Party Foodtopia season 2, where I'm like, huh. Well, I didn't even watch that season, so I'm not even sure myself. It didn't make any sense to me why Warner Brothers would want to hide this movie and some, I wouldn't say details, I want to say, because I feel like leader David Zaslav doesn't know what he's doing with Warner Brothers lately. I wouldn't say killing projects, but also the sense of dis disrespect. I wouldn't even say disrespect, just hating on the Looney Tunes for some reason. Because it's kind of weird that Disney, for as much as they do, they still respect Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, other classic characters. But the Looney Tunes, for the most part, I'm like, it's kind of weird that we live in a world where some of the Looney Tunes characters are just shoved to the side. Where I'm like, it's kind of weird that after Space Jam, where they thought, okay, this was our chance to bring the Looney Tunes back into the movies, but then, oh, we came out during the pandemic and it just sort of flopped in that era where it was like, oh, so nobody cares about the Looney Tunes. Okay, let's just shelve it. And it's kind of funny because Coyote and Roadrunner were actual stars in that movie where, yeah, they had moments where it was like they highlighted, oh, yeah, we have a movie coming out in the next couple of years, so get ready for it. And it's kind of good to see voice actors, even Eric Baza, talk about this. But I want to see like now with actual footage. And I know there was a little clip from Comic Con that they did show. It was like a montage of Looney Tunes characters. But you know what? Let's actually save this for the actual reaction. So in that case, let's get to the trailer. Funny how there wasn't a Warner Brothers logo. Yep, blown up. Oh, they actually.
Have you been horribly injured
No,
by a
that is a good
product made by
tag
the
to
Acme
put on the side for
Corporation?
it.
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
Name of the case is Coyote versus Acme.
Wily Coyote. He is reckless. We all know who's responsible, and all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
From bad product.
You've been
Oh.
settling Acme cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme, act you!
Nothing to see here.
We really have nothing.
Oh, Lori, what's she doing here?
Both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
Oh. Yeah, a lot of cartoony stuff.
So, what is up, Doc?
The Acme Corporation is releasing this film for account purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines depicted.
For the most part, I kind of like how this whole movie's actually taking itself not too, I wouldn't say like seriously in the sense of, oh, we're taking this like an actual legal drama aspect toward it, but I feel like, yeah, this feels like it wouldn't even just be a movie, but also kind of fit in line with the world of a Looney Tunes episode. Like, if you really think about the whole thing with Coyote versus Acme, the whole story between it is funny, but hearing that, oh, this was actually thought up in a newspaper article where it's like Coyote would actually try and sue Acme for faulty products in the sense of every time he tried to catch the Roadrunner, he would lose. In the sense of old style of cartoons where it was like, yeah, the predator would always lose to the prey, to the fact that the prey is actually the only thing that gets away, the same way Jerry gets away from Tom every time he chases him. And in every short, no matter how easy it would seem to get the Roadrunner, it was always like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. No favors for Coyote. Even in some of the movies too, because I remember in Back in Action it was like a, oh, you can easily use live action products against him and still fail either way. Even the fact that in even the ending where it was like yeah, I remember now, where Coyote always in a train over to Damien and his father and Kate, and the fact that when he passed the train and hit all the explosive was like, yeah, they're not even paying me enough for this in their own Acme building, which was funny. The fact that, yeah, even Acme, who fully supported him, and the fact that they actually put himself in danger for their cause, still says, you know what, fuck it. Even the cast of characters is kind of interesting too, because I feel like some of the ones I already knew were going to be in here are here, but Foghorn Leghorn as the Acme Corporation, I wouldn't say associate, or I wouldn't even say he's a customer. I don't even know whether or not some of the Looney Tunes characters are evil in this version, because I feel like in each version of these Looney Tunes movies, some of the good guys are bad guys and some of the bad guys are good guys in certain cases. Because I feel like, yeah, we already seen Foghorn Leghorn as a villain, sort of, in Yosemite Sam's Casino and Back in Action, but also he be an enemy towards Daffy Duck in recent comics, where I'm like, huh, I want to see that duo fight each other. But then again, they did kind of do that in the Looney Tunes show. The animation is something I kind of want to talk about because I feel like mostly every little piece of animation footage I've seen is not in a sense of it's hand drawn, but it has a little cell shaded hand drawn style 3D motion to it where it looks 3D, but it's not in a sense of, oh, it's hand drawn 2D to make it look 3D. The same way how Back in Action used 3D models, but also incorporate them with 2D in the sense of, oh, they can actually translate themselves into the human world. So whenever they interact with something that's live action, they can actually hold it and actually interact with it. This style kind of reminds me of Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the live action, if you forgot that actually came out. And that movie's Chip's design was actually cel shaded and original, but his movements and everything was 3D to where I was like, okay, is this hand drawn? Or is this a style to make it look hand drawn, but it's 3D where you see it's a whole 3D model, but it's just hand drawn around it where you see how the details move whenever he moves? I would have liked it if they did something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where the sense of all the tunes were actual 2D animated drawings. But then again, I feel like nowadays most people don't actually accustomed to that style anymore. And it's like, yeah, if it's 2D, kids don't like it for some reason, which doesn't make sense to me, and I'll never understand that theory. But at least all the characters are still on model and also updated to where they look like their actual designs. Like, not gonna lie, I've always wanted to see a Looney Tunes movie where the characters look actually like this, like how the characters look on my shirt. But I know we got that in Back in Action, and I wouldn't say Space Jam kind of did it too, because I feel like Space Jam took liberties to have the characters look like the characters, but the voices weren't exactly the voices. But I'm still excited to see how it goes because it's not going to be, I wouldn't say a big summer release because I see it's coming out at the end of August. But also, I wonder if just because of word of mouth, it was, oh, to get this movie released, get this movie out there. Hopefully, people go see it because I'm not going to lie. It'd be crazy to see people talk about this movie saying they want to go see it, release Coyote versus Acme, but then again, not show up in theaters to go see it. That would be disappointing and also show that, yeah, people would just riot to release something, but then not go support it. And also, I feel like people actually should go support this thing because I feel like, yeah, if people go see this the same way people saw the day the Earth blew up, it would actually show more support and care for the Looney Tunes. But also another Looney Tunes movie, which I don't even know if it's made. I don't even know if it's done. I don't even know if it's still in the work in development. But Bye Bye Bunny, which was a Looney Tunes musical with Bugs Bunny, I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing that in theaters. And the only thing I know about it is just concept art, and that's it. And I don't even know if the movie's even done. And it goes to show that the CEOs at Warner Brothers don't know how to do shit because you really got to think about it. The fact that they let a couple movies go for tax purposes and the sense that they want to actually merge with Paramount says, yeah, you guys don't even know how to do your jobs, and you keep switching HBO Max from HBO Max to Max, back to HBO Max. Like, are we gonna get another name where it's just Max or MAX and call it something different again? Because I feel like it doesn't make sense that you really want to run Warner Brothers, but don't know how to deal with your own products because it's just a lot of garbage out there for you to actually just settle with some decent entertainment. All right, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.